Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Ian from Peniglen Cabin Life. It's pretty, it's early but late as well for me here at the cabin. It's 3 minutes past 8. It's still pitch black outside. I don't know why, but it is. So the winter's crawling in very quickly, isn't it? Before we know it, it'll be dark still at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's starting going dark now, about 3:45, 4 o'clock on an evening, so it's starting to wind in very quickly now. I'm quite looking forward to Christmas. I know I'll be here on my own in the cabin, but I quite look forward to Christmas Day. I'll cook myself a chicken probably in the oven and do loads of veggies and stuff. I'm quite looking forward to it actually, as daft as that sounds. So I like Christmas. I'm hoping to put a Christmas tree up next few days, so I'm hoping for that. I just want to talk a bit about the plans I've got for next year. So what I'm hoping to do next year is near the beginning of the year, probably about February time, I'm going to ask my local farmer to come up with his big digger, and I'm going to ask him in the paddock that's there where the kennels are at the side here. Well, next up, if you know what I mean, I know what I mean, slightly above that I'm going to put another row of kennels going across. So I just want to have some spare space, empty space for kennels. So I'm going to put a row of kennels, so I'll build them myself. I'll probably mill some boards with the lengths of tree lengths that's in the woodland that I've got stacked up. So I might nip up and do a bit of filming to show you them next few days, so I'll show you that. So I'll probably mill my own boards to build the kenneling system, and then just after that I'm going to get the farmer to come with his digger, and I'm going to get him to dig me out like a big allotment section. So he'll take the top layer off, and then I'll get him to loosen the soil underneath, and then I'll turn it over properly and I'll start growing some veg. It's going to be quite a biggish area, that. So I'm hoping as of next year I'll be self-sufficient with all the vegetables and everything. I've got 2 greenhouses where a lot of the glass is blown out because of the wind, so I'm going to move them and I'm going to put them up there as well. I think what I might do is put concrete slabs down and then put the greenhouses on top, I think. I might make a big long like polytunnel greenhouse as well. I'm thinking of doing that. And then just after that I'm going to make a large compound, and I'm going to build a shed. Again, I'm going to put the flags down underneath it. I'm going to build quite a big shed, and that will be the chicken hut. So I'll be getting some chickens. Now there's a chicken place not far from here, so I'm going to contact them and offer to buy some of their egg layers off them. So I fancy some of that. I fancy some of them. Now you see, down at the bottom of the paddock, I used to keep chickens a few years ago. Well, quite a few years ago, and I bought the egg layers off them. So I had them down there, but the fox got in that. So I'm going to make a big high fence on it, get some really good strong metal so the foxes can't get in or anything. So I'm going to have chickens there. I'm not going to have ducks. I had ducks in the past. I'm not going to have ducks. But I tell you what I have thought of doing. At the back of the cabin here, I've got a ditch that goes all the way along at the back of the cabin. Quite a deep ditch. Well, what I was thinking was, in the middle of next year, I might dam it up quite high, dam it up high, and then have, what's it called? Hydro running off it, set one of them up. Now I've been doing a bit of research online on how you set up something like that, so I'm thinking of doing that, because that way I've always got power coming in the cabin then, even on the night, so I've not got to be careful with the batteries on the night for the power. So yeah, so I'm thinking of doing hydro, but because the water level obviously a lift to dam it off, then I'm thinking of possibly having ducks there. You see, because it's only a shallow stream now, then it's not really going to be suitable for ducks, and I don't really want to have ducks unless I've got a proper water for them, like a bit of a river to swim in. So if I'm having animals, I want it right, if you know what I mean. So I think if I dam it up, I can then fence across the dam and then fence a bit on the banking on the other side and across, so that I could make like a proper duck enclosure, if you know what I mean. So I'm thinking of possibly doing that. Now, I used to have quails, but I've decided I'm not going to have quails again, so I don't fancy having them. So I'm mainly just going to concentrate next year on having chickens. So I quite like having chickens. I might get a cockerel as well, because I've always had a cockerel in the past. So apparently they say that cockerels keep the hens laying more often. So cockerel for me, I think. So that's that for that. And then I'm thinking the rest of the paddock, I'm thinking of fencing it off properly and making a proper square, and then I'm going to build a shed on that. And then I think, because I'll have a small paddock area, I'm thinking of having some goats, so I can keep them in that, and then obviously on the night bring them in and put them into the shed. I'm also thinking at the bottom of the paddock, I'm thinking of making a large frame with corrugated roofing on it. It'll only be about, say, that high off the ground, tilted, and then I'm thinking of putting either solar on it, or just keeping it as a corrugated roof. I'm thinking of putting a gutter in at the end of it, because it'd be a huge roof, and then putting a pipe underground and bringing it down here, and then putting a couple of holding tanks in. So, because if I'm going to be growing vegetables, I'm going to need a lot of water, and I'm worried that my well might not support the amount of water I need. So I'm thinking of doing that. And then obviously with the tanks, putting a tap at the bottom of it, and I can just bar it across or put a nose pipe on it, get a little pump maybe or something. I don't know. So I'm thinking of doing that. So I'm hoping to be totally self-sufficient by next year, all being well. So I'm sorry I've not been getting on with the extension. I'll be honest with you, I don't know about the rest of the world, but especially Scotland, but we've been having very, very bad weather here, really bad. It's been raining nearly every single day. And then the days it's not been raining, I've had to try and cut wood to get wood in and everything and other jobs. And sometimes I've been cutting wood in the rain. So we've just had horrendous weather. So I've not been able to get on with that extension like I should do. Now all the tins come, the corrugated tin for the roof, so all that's come. So I've actually got everything I need now to do the job. It's just the weather's holding me back. So I don't think the extension will be done before Christmas. I was hoping to get most of it done and then order the windows or make my own windows after Christmas, but we'll have to see how we go. If I can get some decent days in, I might be able to get some work done. So that's about it really. So they're my plans for 2021. So hopefully it's going to be a better year. I've missed my family tremendously. I've not really seen much of my family this year because of the pandemic. So that's upset me. I've seen quite a bit of my sister, so that was nice. I've seen my brother a few times, but not really the visitors like I used to have. I've missed having my friends coming as well. They always used to call and see me, like Patrick used to come and Ian used to come. Also Scott and Susie and a few others. And James and things like that. They used to come, and Fiona. George, he used to come, and Sharon as well. So that was nice when they've been to see me. But because of the pandemic, I've not been able to have visitors. So, but because of my health complaints as well, then I've had to shield through quite a lot of the pandemic. So I've had to take precautions anyway about people coming. So, but I'm hoping that if we can get these vaccines and we can get most of the virus R rate down and everything, then hopefully when visitors be able to come, then I'll be able to have people coming. It'd be nice to have that contact with the outside world again. I know sometimes I'll do a video call or a phone call, and that's nice. It feels like I've got a bit of company, but it's not the same as actual having somebody here. So, right, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll catch you again next time down at the cabin. So remember something, don't ever forget, dinky-doo. I'll see you tomorrow, back down at the cabin.